Right, hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to look at the neurodegeneration thing, and then we're going to look at the four ventricles on the brain that we have. So we're going to go to our board. If you're new in this channel, please make sure that you click the notification button, you click the like share button, you click the comment button, click the subscription button, so that I can add more and more videos, interesting videos. So this is our second videos on the neuropsychology. So what you need to know is to understand the brain as a whole, as a neurocycle, and then the behavior, how it affects the behavior. So you need to understand what is happening inside the brain, and then what is happening if some neurons or some organs in the brain are being like disturbed or are being damaged, if I can say so, are being damaged, what is happening on the behavior of a human being. So today that is what we're going to look at, the spinal cord or the muscle tissues. So right, let us go to our board. Make sure you click, right. So I'll just erase here. Okay, I'll just erase here. Right. Right, let us start with our let's say the four ventricles. So actually this is at the bone that are found inside the brain, where you find cerebral. If you know cerebral, you will understand this ventricles. So these ventricles are like C-shape, are called ventricles. So here, if something that is like this, I can't draw very well for ventricles in the brain. Right, then four ventriculars which are found inside the brain. So can contain inside all here around. It contains something that is called CSF, which is called cerebrospinal fluid. And then here, if you look at this page and this page, this is the lateral ventricle. And then here, this is the first of the four ventricles. And then here, this is called ventricular for minor. This is the intraventricular for minor. And then this is the third one, is the third ventricle. And then here we find the adequate, cerebellar cerebral aqueduct. And then here this side, near the, if you can remember, I've got something that is called like a leaf saw, something that is like a leaf saw. I can draw it very well. Got something like this. Got something like this. This is the cerebellum, which its function, its control the muscle movement, right? And I think, yeah, it's control the muscle movement, right? So yeah, and then this is the fourth ventricle. This is the fourth ventricle. So once you know this thing, how it connected into the brain, and then you know the fluid that you find here inside this thing, and then which help the spinal cord, the spinal cord and the brain to not get easily damaged, to remove particles from the brain or from the spinal, those things that they can influence or damage the brain, either the spinal cord. So that is called CSF, cerebrospinal fluid, right? So this thing, there's something that is called choroid plugs. There's something that is called, okay, let me wrap here. Oh, I'm sorry, I did wrap the diagram, but there's something that is called choroid. As you saw there, there's something that is called choroid. Plazema, the plazema, right? So this thing is the one that is able to generate that CSF, which is cerebrospinal fluid, which protects inside the brain, and then surrounding the brain, inside the brain, like something like this. Let me do like this. This is our brain. Yeah, right. I can't draw very well, and then remember here we've got pons, we've got spinal cord, and then we've got midbrain, right? So, and then there's something, the one that I drew, which is like a C shape, right? So this thing is like a C shape, which is the one that we have time to discuss. That thing is found here, and then that fluid is around here again. This fluid is around here on the brain, on these four ventricles, and then outside the brain. So here there is a space here, there is a skull, and then under the skull there are under dimensional, there are other parts, below the skull there are other parts, and then up until you reach this part, and then up until you reach again there is something that's called cortical cortex, which is surround the brain, and then under the cortical cortex we find the CSF, this fluid. We find this fluid, CSF, which is the cerebrospinal fluid. So there is a space here which allows this fluid to move around the brain, and then to move around here, all around the spinal cord. So this space is called the subrancoid, if I remember very well, subrancoid space. Right, so it able this fluid to flow all around here. Let us move on our neurodegenerative neurodegeneration. So on this neurodegeneration, it is actually a disease that affects this thing. It's actually a disease that affect neurons, right? Neurons on the body. Remember that neurons are the one that is able to transmit information around the body, right? Around the whole body, are the ones that are able to transmit the information around the body. So in the brain, actually, you've got 86 billions of neurons. Imagine, you've got 86 billions of neurons. So this disease, if affect one of the neurons inside the body, depending on which part the neurons are affected. So it's caused many diseases. One of them, or four of them, or five of them will look on apart, because are the actually the one that affects most human beings, those diseases. So we will look at those diseases, right? So let us go on our diseases. We've got Alzheimer's. We've got I'm writing like this. We've got Alzheimer's diseases. Right. Diseases. So this diseases, it is a loss of memory, thinking, and the behavior problem. So once certain neurons inside the brain it affected, so it causes a loss of memory, and then it causes a loss of memory, thinking, and the behavior problem. You will know that it is called Alzheimer's disease. And then once a neuron, this is number 2. Once a neuron, okay, let's come on this disease, Parkinson diseases, which it affects the movement. As I'm moving my head, it affects the movement, and as I'm standing, it affects the movement. It affects the stiffness, my bone being strong, the stiffness of the bone, and it affects the trauma. This is the shaking, shaking of the bone. The shaking of the bone. Right. So once you know, and then the coordination, lastly, it is the coordination. So this one, Parkinson's disease, it actually affects the bone. Once the neurons in the brain is being damaged, it will actually affect the movement on the peripheral nervous system or on the bone. Right. So let us go on our disease number 3, which is called Huntington's diseases. So this is a disease that affects again the movement, the coordination, and the cognition. The movement, it affects the movement, the balance of the brain, not of the brain, of the muscles, and then the cognition. And then we've got the disease number 4, which is called ALS, which is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Right, so this is a disease that affects the nerves that control the muscles. This one, it actually affects the nerves that control muscles. Right, so number 5, we've got something that is very important. Okay, let me erase here. Number 5. Actually, number 5, I've got something that's called multiple sclerosis. So multiple sclerosis, it affect the myelin sheet on the neurons. The neurons, it's something like this. The neurons, this kind of neurons, because they found in the brain. Right. So this is the myelin sheet. Right. So here the nucleus, this is the part of the neuron as a whole. So this is the myelin sheet. The myelin sheet, it prevents, or it acts as the insulator on this axon. Here we've got something that is called axon. Right. So in order for this electrical signals, in order to be passed from one node, this gap, there's a gap here which is called the node, or which is called the synaptic gap, which is called a synaptic gap, or a node. So here there are electrical signals that are being transported throughout these axons. So this myelin sheet, it's able, the axon, in order to transmit those electrical signals throughout the whole body. These are the axon terminals. So actually the function of the myelin sheet, it's able the axon to transmit fast those electrical signals in the body. So once the myelin sheet in the neurons, once the myelin sheet maybe in the neurons, once it damaged, let's say it damaged, it will cause the electrical signal to move slowly in the body, which can cause those diseases of them to look at them. It is because of the transmissions of those electrical signals inside the myelin sheet, or inside the axon. Right. So if you find this video useful, please make sure that you subscribe, click the notification button for more videos, comment, and then you share these videos for other students to get help. Thank you.